Hello, guys. I call this the Musketeer, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the Judas. These are all the people for the movement of March and March, the leaders, the presenters. And I'll start with the good, Jansita. She's a radio presenter, as I am made known. So she's pretty good with interviews. She can actually sway her word to favor the public because she's good with interacting with, that type of interaction with interviews. Why I say the good, she also have a very positive vision to South Africans, but a lot of her vision is biased and it's negative. She says she is not Afrophobic, and all of this movement she's doing is just, which I could understand. There are a lot of illegal people in the country, and they need to, face the right justice and system. The last interview I listened of her was actually someone asking her about why don't she go after the white. She said that the white does not really affect their life. From where she's from, it's all of the black people that affect the things that she's fighting for. I believe justice have no mercy. If you are true and you're not biased, you are going to fight it, because the white people are inside the country. If everyone under that emblem of South Africa, you have to fight justice for everyone, so everyone have a fair treatment. But when you are facing the black people, that is Afrophobic. If you don't know that, that is not justice any longer. That is just hatred to a specific group you can actually oppress and get away with. I'm not saying you fighting the battle of this illegal, they are right. All the black Africans are right to be illegal in the country. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you focusing on that and not spreading your justice towards everyone, that is bias. As much as you are saying you're fighting a good battle, but yet you're not fighting a good battle. You're facing your own fellow person, your own fellow color, because you believe they're the majority in the country. Justice has no mercy. So, and that's why I say that I call her the good, because she's fighting some good battle in a lot of wrong ways, and is promoting so much violence to black Africans who are legal in the country. In anyhow, they do get their documents, but they are legal. You might say they come into this country through student tourism, but when they came into the country, they found the country to be good, and they desire to apply for work visa and go through the process, and they get that paper. They are legal in that country. Everyone travels to one country to another through tourism, and one way or the other, eventually they grow their status. That's the way it works. That's the way it works when it comes to migration. You grow your status in the country that you find yourself. You might travel to a country through tourism, and you find the country to be good. You might desire, you want to stay. What do? You apply for the necessary visa for you to stay in that country, and you grow your status along the way. That is the way migration is done. So saying that, oh, they're coming to this country through one medium, or not through work visa initially, and they are working now and they have work visa, it doesn't make sense. But saying people are working without the necessary work visa, yes, they have to get that work visa, and if there's the desire for them to go back to their country, so be it. That's the way justice should be done. But if you're fighting a battle, don't exclude some certain part of the people, the white, the Chinese, or the India. Don't exclude them. Include all of them in, because they are inside Africa. They are inside South Africa. And that is what I want to say about Jansita. Let me talk. There's so much I actually want to say, but I don't have the time. They say, out of the abundance of the arts, the math speak. South Africans, before you actually condemn most people that are actually trying to advise or correct or teach knowledge to you guys, before you condemn them, listen to what they have to say. Most of you are so blinded with hatred and anger, you think that an outsider can't advise you. But they can, because eventually this movement is affecting every African at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, they have a voice to actually also express their emotions and their feelings to you. You can listen. What they might be saying might make sense or might not. But just listen before you attack blindly. And let me talk about Nick Wizzy as the bad. I've seen a lot of interview of him as well. I use him as a bad because in most of the video I've seen of him, as you don't have to speak English. I don't know how to speak English myself correctly. But your intent, like I said, out of the abundance of the arts, the math speak. Your intent shows. And a lot of things he has said in one of his videos that, oh, Zulu people should be the one leading the country. In some ways, you are trying to tell the world that, tell South Africans that the rest part of the ethnic group in South Africa does not have value. That's what you're trying to teach. As a fight against yourself cannot stand. Eventually, the truth is that once these Africans immigrant leave, you start fighting for that demand of wanting Zulu people to be leading in every position. And that will turn out to be ugly. And that's why I call him the bad, because eventually it results to internal war. And that might be some sort of destruction. And that's what I have to say for Nicholas. Do I have a lot to say? But this guy, they call it Pake Okumati, but his real name is Nukus Suma. I can't pronounce it correctly. Sorry. I will call him the ugly. I call him the ugly because I see that, you know, most of his video, his interview, a lot of them is that if you are married to a Nigerian man or you are married to a Nigerian woman, you should leave the country as well. That's to show that you don't even respect your sister. If you call someone your sister and your sister gets married to a man, you are not divorcing that your sister not to be your sister anymore. That's disgraceful. I call that an ugly character. What are you teaching? Not love. You're teaching hatred for you to distance yourself from your own family. A lot of women will be pressured to feel rejected by the community, and that causes sadness, that causes depression. What are you teaching your fellow South Africans that have children of an outside South African? You're teaching them to be depressed, and you're trying to exclude them from the community, and that is sad. And this movement is a movement of hatred towards outside Africans, towards Africans that are not South Africans, and that is a sad movement. Well, this is what I have to say for him. Let me go for Queen B. I call her the Judas. Well, I've seen a lot of interview about her. One video whereby she said she would choose a white person over a black man. And she also said in the video that Nadia Nakai should go back to Zimbabwe, I think, but Nadia Nakai is born in South Africa. With what I've seen from Nadia Nakai, I read her bio, she's a citizen of South Africa. You are teaching a trait that anyone who that's a betrayer. That's the spirit of Judas. That you think if anyone have a blood mixed with any race, that person is not of yours. Is an outsider. Those are Judas spirits. And these can all later be destructive, because at the end of the day, they say, show me your friend, I will tell you who you are. At the end of the day, if your leader is teaching a message that have to do with hatred towards black people, you people are saying you're not, but it is. It's towards your fellow black, towards your fellow self. That's what you're teaching. You might want to sweet talk it. It's just the truth. Like I said, I stand for justice. I stand for order. And yes, people should get the right people to do the right job. If they are to work, if they are to study. Yes, someone can be in this country desiring to study and not having the opportunity, or maybe drop out from study and they decided to want to work and they have to go and apply for that paper for them to work. People have to get the right people to do the necessary things. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that, but I'm saying there's a protocol that have to be followed. And if you are fighting for justice and you're fighting for a system without criminality, you have to face every group in this country. The white, the black, the Asian, the Indians. You have to face them all. You can come at me in the comment section, say I'm crazy and whatever it is, but the truth can be hurtful. And a lot of things are actually left out from what I have to say. And I am not perfect. Education, we learn every day. It's not about me being Nigerian. That means that, oh, Nigeria are things going in my country right now, wars and all of that, mean that, oh, I have to talk about my country. Yes, I do talk about my country. I talk about everyone. I talk about everything that is not right. I stand for humanity. I stand for one Africa. And I've always been like that. And that's what I will continue to do. May we be guided. May we lead with love. May we lead with orderliness. And may we lead with understanding and principle, and not being biased by our feelings or emotions. May we be guided. Peace to all.